Oh, welcome back to LightWave Guru. Some people ask me, show us the setup from the bullet car with that bullet trailer that we do now. And in the beginning I show here that little video. I drop it yesterday or the day before as a test rendering. So ignore please the background. The background is only a cylinder with a plane with alpha mask with some footage, like trees and houses and so, and it's only for the optic, So in front we see the car, and the car drive with the trailer, and the thing is that the trailer is connected with a cone twist. That's one of the functions from the bullet engine, so that the car then can suck the trailer. I don't know what's the right word in English. I show now the setup. So that's the animation. That looks very nice. It works. And now let us show the setup in LightWave himself and open GL preview. So we check for a target. That's here. It's a camera target for perspective view. Now we can run that. So the thing with that kind of setups is, if you have the car ready and all is fine, then the next step is, and that's physics, if you want to connect the trailer on that car, that then all your weights from the car would be changed, and also the motor base, the motor power, and the power of the motor. And the simple reason is, if that car have to suck the trailer, or give the trailer enough speed that the trailer roll on with the car. My English is crazy bad. Anyway, so then the car need enough weight, so that the car with his weight and his motor power can use the trailer. So wait a second, I search for the word. What's the right word is? Pull. Now we have it. Pull. So if we want that the car will correct pull the trailer, then we need some physical parameters in the right way. So the first is that the car must have enough weight, and the second is that the motor base, the motor power, have enough power to pull the trailer. So, and what I have done now, you can see in the bullet himself. So I built us first to connect the trailer with the car. Here, that little trailer, I call it trailer cone twist. In German it's Anhängerkupplung. And with that I can handle then the trailer. So the trailer is connected to a null object. That's a cone twist. That's that red one here. And that red one is parented on the car body. So then the cone twist can see, okay, my rotation point, my pivot point is that a cone twist, and you see it here. That's here the trailer cone twist. So now we can target on that. So that's the beginning from that second setup. Then as next you have the following to do. You need for the trailer setup no motors. So I have in the setup optional motors. You can see it here. The 4 motors. But there's not in function. So the motors are offline. But it is in the hierarchy if I need it. So it's an option, it's optional, it's not active in the moment, but you can see it in the bullet preview. So what we have then is the classics. So we need no motors, but we have 4 shock absorbers for every wheel, and that means that every wheel have individual range can work in Y, so that you can track the underground. And you have the spring himself, and the spring himself here, left front for example, you can then bring in the right position. So that means this kind of setup is a default for myself now. That's the default setup to build a car with a trailer with bullet physics. That means if you change the view and you see that is what I mean. That's my default setup, and with that setup I can work. That means if I want, I can every time change the car and the trailer, and the simple reason is I have then only to replace the object. That means in the object layers in LightWave Modeler have to be done in the same way as this car, for example, and then you can with replace the object, and then you have that setup. What you have to do is, if your car have another length or another or other parameters are different, also the trailer, then you have the following to do. You have then to reorganize the points. There's for example here the springs are on the wheels and the shock absorber and so you have to replace all the nulls from that setup in the right position, so that the bullet can specific work with that new setup. Yeah, but the principle is clear. That's here a bullet setup, it's a car and a trailer, and if I want I can play chain of reaction, as a chain reaction, and build then, if I want, the next trailer here on that point. That's the trailer cone twist 2, and I tested it the last day. It's very funny. I mean, I built for years another funny car setup for Black Holes fan art with 2 trailers with cone twist. If you find it on my channel, you can take a look. So that's really simple possible now to build chains of reaction. So I call it, also Reaktionsketten in German. and with that you can build that kind of things. And in the end it would be work really nice. So for that, a tip from myself: if you want that the bullet work with 25 FPS in LightWave, with 25 seconds per frame, and make then a high-end calculation, then is it not so important that you use 100 frames, I showed the last time, or what this parameter is here, dynamic frames, but much more important as that dynamic frame rate in bullet and the frame rate in LightWave is that the bullet have enough geometry to track, for that case here, the underground, that moon surface, my test area. And so I show it here that you can understand what I mean. This is what it make in the end stable as rock. So the bullet have now, with that kind of geometry, by the way, you can do the same. I have the same geometry low polygonal, and can use then subdivision surface, and you can then say in layout, okay, we take a subdivision surface level 3, and then we calculate the bullet. The problem is, and then the calculation for the bullet need much more time. So that's not the problem, but that's not so efficient. So the best is if you mean, okay, my underground is, or have to look in that or that way, and you create it with a subdivision surface object, freeze it in the end. So that's the reason that I call it here freeze. So underscore freeze is every time in my setups means that, okay, it comes from a subdivision, a modeling or a subdivision object, and would be freezed in the end for some things, for example, bullet calculation. So you see now that, for example, the wheels with his own collision, wait, let us show it all. With his own collision detection here, that's the blue part, that's a little bit smaller as a wheel himself for my function here with that wheel deforming on the ground. And this is a simple cylinder in bullet, and this is simple here a plane. That's the reason why in the end then the bullet would calculate it really fast, and the second is that it would calculate it in a way that you can say, okay, that works, you have no jumps or glitches in the setup, that objects jump or spring or do something wired things, yeah, if you calculate with a bullet. And the simple reason is that you have a clean geometry, and that geometry must have enough, yeah, fineness or whatever we call it. So it's better to have a high resolution underground with enough vertices, so that and polygons, trianguliert, yeah, triplet polygons, that the bullet works correct. So you see us in the front from the car some points. In front the points and in the back also is a collision detection, yeah. So that the car, if he sees something in his way, have also collision detection, can yeah, put it. And yeah, so that's the setup, yeah. So that means if you would build that kind of setup for special moves, yeah. So for example, you have to show car functions or functions of a trailer or something like that, yeah. Then you can use the bullet and build a setup with them. I mean, in LightWave you have roughly 4 ways to build car setups, yeah. So one is nodal, you make it with nodes. The second is, for example, especially for trailers, is OD tools, yeah. Or third, you build it from hand with some automation and expressions. And the fourth way, or yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth way is to make it completely linear from hand and animate all from hand. So that's 4 ways. And this way, bullet is if you have to show some physical things in a correct way. One from the solutions. You must not do that, but you can. And if you set up work and you know what the bullet do and what the bullet needs to work in the best way, then you have no problem to do that. Yeah, you can do it. It's only a thing of what's your idea and what you would implement as functions in that setup, and then it would work. Yeah. So if you have now this kind of setup and it works, you can use it for all other cases also. It would work. Yeah. The only thing is you have then, if you change, for example, the underground, yeah, you have to recalculate it, and you have to know that the underground from your other scene then have the same kind of polys and vertices, so that the bullet works correct. Yeah, so that's the thing. And you can now with that kind of idea, if you work with bullet physics, yeah, build a crazy thing. Yeah, whatever you want, if you understand the functions of the bullet, so like the spring, Sixtorf, hinge or hinge, yeah, and so on, cone twist, and so. And you can build complex physical setups, and yeah, that's really cool, especially for things like that. Yeah. So enough talking. If anybody have any question, I can answer them if I understand what he mean. Yeah. And yeah, that's LightWave. Yeah. So have a nice day and thank you for watching. Later.